some blood work done today and getting ourselves checked for a bunch of different things. One of the most important ones we're looking at is our test levels. What is it? Free test and
free and total.
Free and total test. So we're getting this stuff checked today, a couple other panels and stuff like that. So we're going to this place called LabCorp, right?
Yeah, it's just like a general like diagnostic place. You can just like get any labs done. They have like Quest and LabCorp, like the two like big ones. But.
So we're gonna check this out. I've never got my blood work tested for something like this. I think I did like an allergy type test before years ago. So this will be really interesting to see where we're all at. See if we are still natty. See if see how the test levels and everything look going into
back like 2000. They're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, you're
past the reference.
You're definitely not natural, man.
Yeah, it's like 2000. Like,
but we are 1 week out. Just had my 1 week out check-in this morning, so we have to wait for Alex to. I think he's gonna call me today with the whole check-in info, the protocol for peak week, because it's officially we're going into peak week right now. But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where we're at testosterone wise. Everything 1 week out from competition, see if test is absolutely obliterated or if we're, you know, still doing all right, which I feel pretty good today. I don't know how long it takes to get results, you know?
dude, sometimes it's really fast, like literally 10 hours.
Really? Okay.
All right, Jacob, you're first.
First up, Jacob.
Is it just one or two?
I think it's 3.
So we'll only have to do one. We need some food after this one.
Ryan, the nurse is gonna be like, you have such good veins.
Dude, I don't know. It's so cold right now.
Yeah, it's really
Like,
good.
I literally feel like I can't.
No, like it's like I'm not uncomfortable with it. I just look away. I don't like to see that.
I'm talking about I look away when I'm sticking.
I love staring. I love staring.
Give me a second.
I'm up next. Heart's racing right now.
We're gonna find out today if Jacob's actually natty.
It's not even bad. Like that's the whole thing.
That's it?
That's all they do.
Now you sure?
All it was, man?
Yeah, and they just test it. Just to check on my levels.
Just gonna roll it out.
I will, man.
Just gonna roll it out.
I'm kind of cold, man.
It's very cold.
I feel woozy.
It's restricting pretty hard right now.
They always make it so cold at the doctor's office,
Dude,
man.
they love it. My mom used to work.
It's like 62 degrees in here.
Like, dude, like my hands are like ice cubes.
Brian,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a seat there.
Okay.
Oh.
Right, you probably need this, right?
You hold your hand over there.
Want me to use a baby needle on you too?
Do whatever you do.
Kyle, you don't wanna. I mean, Ryan, you don't wanna go. Look at that. You see that?
Man.
Dude, you gotta look away, don't you? You don't. It's looking at it's weird.
No, I was looking at it before. Oh. I was trying to like help it along because nothing was coming out, man. Just
Pressure on there. There you go.
okay. All good.
All good.
Easy, man.
Nice and easy.
These guys, hey, we got the big needles.
You're the easiest one, man. All right, so we are all done at the lab. So I guess we'll get our results in. She said like 1 to 2 days, something like that.
Dude,
it's
same
Friday,
day,
so like
probably, same day.
would we get it tomorrow or
Actually,
today or?
Jacob got his like the night of.
Oh, okay. So I guess we'll get our results pretty soon, and that'll be really interesting to see actually. So. So the time has come, our test results are in, so we're gonna go over these results real quick. I'm gonna get Jacob in here, Kyle in here. Jacob, to be honest, knows a lot more about all these specific panels and what they mean. We're gonna get him in here and deconstruct some of what these numbers mean. I'm gonna try and put a screenshot or a screen recording of my test results up on the screen for you guys so you guys can see that this is exactly what it is. We're not just making stuff up. So I'm gonna throw that up on the screen for you guys so you guys can see that. Let's get to it. Discuss what these levels are, what they mean, and what they could mean for my body, and if I am still natural or not. Greg, you set? Feel free to make another natty or not video. I'm just kidding. Greg still believes me, so.
You can't be that close to the camera.
He comes in with like a.
Why is my shit the lowest?
I don't think it was supposed to be, man. We were gonna have you sitting on this thing back here. So we're gonna go over our lab results from our blood work. So it's funny, we got tested when I was 1 week out from the first competition, and now I'm 2 days out from my next competition. I'm going out to Florida today, actually, to compete on Saturday. It's Thursday. So I may even be more depleted at this point, honestly, because may or may not. It might be around similar. But that was, like I said, taken 1 week before my first competition, and then I kind of like got into more of a deficit after the competition. So we're all over the place, but we have Kyle, we have Jacob over here. Jacob's gonna help us out today because we don't know what some of these specific blood
I'm
panels
semi-informed.
mean,
I'm not like super informed.
and Jacob
but
is the most informed out of the three of us, to
I
be
would say
honest.
so, yeah.
So if we were gonna ask him like what this test level means, or what our total test means, or our free test, he's gonna be the guy to kind of point us in the right direction. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and start off with me first. So Jacob's got my results over here. And it'd be cool if we got like I guess if we got our body fat percentages tested too. Not that it would be like accurate or anything, but I guess that would be cool to compare.
Yeah.
To see where you know they think that we're at if we did that.
Do that for a video.
So that would be a cool video. We were just talking about this yesterday, how like body fat is just like, it's kind of like a subjective, like relative thing, because there's so many different ways to test it, and it's
like
not
arbitrary. Like if you have a given look, that should.
Yeah,
all
like
that
you want to
matters.
look a certain way. Like people come up to me and ask me, oh, what body fat you think I'm at? I think even the girl, the lady who was doing our blood work, she's like, oh yeah, what's your body fat? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And like honestly, I don't really care. Like as long
Yeah.
as I'm looking good and good enough for the stage and good enough to compete against people, that's what matters to me. Or as long as I'm looking, good enough while I'm in the gym. And
You
stuff
could be
that.
like 20% looking insane. Like, well, obviously you're not, but
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
it's just like
you could be
it's-
Z body fat, X body fat. It doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't matter that much to me, because like what am I gonna go around like flaunting? Like Kyle's like, dude, I'm 5% body fat, man.
It's sick.
Like it's sick, but like as long as you look good enough, like that's what matters.
yeah, I'd say you're probably
Like,
like
I feel like most people it's like reverse. Like
You're probably
everyone
like
holds in their
9%.
lives.
I definitely hold a lot of fat in my legs, man. Like I've never seen
Yeah.
these veins, never seen some of these cuts before, and my legs like aren't even that lean right now. But
Right.
it's like a lot of it I've never even seen before. But anyways, let's get into this.
Okay, so basically we didn't do like some sort of like comprehensive like predetermined panel. We just went in and a la carte chose like the stuff we wanted to have tested. So what we got tested was a CBC, a comprehensive metabolic panel, a lipid panel, and then testosterone free in total, estradiol, and then vitamin D 25 hydroxy. So that's just basically the stuff I thought was pretty important. There's obviously other things that you could have tested, but that's just what we got tested, and I'll be going over what like Ryan's different results were for these. So for his CBC, everything was like right within the reference range, as you guys can see right there. There's nothing really like notable, I would say, like red blood cell, hematocrit, hemoglobin, all that stuff's in range. Then we come down here to the comprehensive metabolic panel, and you see that the blood urea nitrogen and creatinine is elevated for both of this, but this is honestly kind of common in people that lift a lot of weight and people who have a lot of like muscle protein breakdown. Like if you're lifting a lot of weight, like training hard, intensely, consistently, those like things are usually elevated.
So it's gonna be elevated for probably all of us.
Yeah, so it's not, I mean, yeah, me and Kyle were like
think it
towards
was,
the
like-
top of the reference range.
Yeah.
But
And I'm
yours,
above the reference
yours was
range.
actually above, yeah. But I've heard this a lot. Like it's not really necessarily something to be worried about. It's not like not a huge deal. But I mean, ideally, your body is under some stress there. But yeah, there's actually like differently like established reference ranges for like athletes though. Like generally, like you kind of have to view it from a different scope when you're an
'cause this
athlete.
is just based on like an average person, probably.
Yeah, so like if your average person had a blood urea nitrogen 27, they'd probably be like, oh shit, the top of the reference range is 20, but
Yeah.
for you it's okay. So one thing that was really notable for you was the fact that AST and ALT, which are your two like liver enzymes that they measure, are pretty freaking high. Like they're elevated a bit. So the top of the reference range was 40 and 44. Yours were 94 and 109, which is like, it's pretty up there. Like people who have like liver failure and stuff, their stuff will be like in the thousands, which is like actually like very, very concerning.
Yeah.
But yours is
Like double the reference range.
yeah, it's double the reference range, so it's above. So basically, I don't know, your liver's under stress in some capacity.
Yeah.
So it's something to like look at, get checked out, but it's not like an immediate concern because your liver is like a regenerative organ. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to like fix itself over time, but for whatever reason your liver's under stress. So
Yeah. I don't drink at all right now. This kid
we thought Kyle's liver enzymes would be elevated. His were like immaculate.
went out
Went
drinking the night before the test, right?
Yeah, I
He
did.
literally did. Kid has good liver genetics in the
guess
family.
so.
Yeah.
Just
My
filters
mom's
right through all
proud of
that.
that one.
Yeah.
So you gotta get those checked. I was like, all right.
All right, so the big shebang right here.
what everyone wants to hear about, man.
What are his test levels, man? So this is after 12 weeks in a consistent calorie deficit with like, a few refeeds here and there, but generally like in a deficit, working hard, doing cardio.
Additional cardio that I've never done in my life before.
So we don't even know what like
So-
your off-season numbers would be, but these are his testosterone values after 12 weeks of dieting. So testosterone total was
what's the reference range for testosterone and free test? And all
okay, so the reference range, this is on this panel. Every panel kind of has a different reference range, but for LabCorp, it's 264 to 916 nanograms per deciliter. That's just how they measure it.
So from 264 to 916 is like the general range.
And yours came back at 621,
So
which
that's-
is pretty favorable. It's pretty.
that's like above the median.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. It's probably above the mean too, I would say, but
Okay.
it's right like within the middle. It's like close to high normal, but it's just slightly to the right.
So 620 you said or something?
621.
So my question is, does my total test, I don't know if you even know this, does it change? Is my total test always going to be the same? Like if I was bulking, would I have the same number of total tests?
Your total test would likely be a bit higher if you were bulking. You would think,
Okay.
but I mean, this is.
I just
dependent on the
wasn't
individual.
sure if like, so you have like your free test and you have your total. I wasn't sure if the free changes, but your total just always kind of stays the
The
same.
free will definitely probably come up like in a bulk just because
Yeah.
you have more like available to be used. But
And the total you think will go up a little
I would
too?
think the total would come up as well a little bit. But the thing that was a caveat with a 621 total after 12 weeks of dieting was the free test actually came back. The reference range for a free test, they use like a different parameter. It's picograms per milliliter, but the reference range is 9.3 to 26.5. Ryan's free testosterone level, which is really kind of what matters more to like, symptomatic like problems. Like
It's like how much you have available to use.
available
currently.
for like skeletal tissue, for like libido, sex drive, like all those sorts of things.
Right.
Came back at 5.7, which was
Under the reference range.
9.3 is the bottom of the reference range.
Kind of low.
So you would think that he'd be feeling maybe a bit symptomatic there with some low testosterone
Yeah.
symptoms, just feeling like overall kind of low drive to like go throughout your day, just
Right.
having a bit of like, I don't know, just kind of difficulties. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, from what it sounds like is like the total test is still somewhat high, but a lot of
Yeah.
it's being used up already, essentially. So a lot of
It seems like it,
a
yeah.
lot of it's already being used, and I have like this small amount that's still free and available, which
Yeah.
means probably I just don't have a lot of tests to pull from.
I'm not
at all
super
times,
well
but-
versed with like what creates like a low free after like a lot of dieting, but he does have a low free testosterone level. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it's notable nonetheless.
So total test is still fairly high, which is I think good.
Yeah.
But free test.
I mean, ideally you
is
want
pretty-
both these values as high as you can get
Right.
them,
I
but-
mean, some things are to be expected
Mm-hmm.
1 week out from a show or whatever, right? Or at this point, 2 days out from a show. So it's like total test still pretty high. Free test is kind of below the reference range. So it's like lower than you would normally want.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, like if you were someone that came in with very symptomatic issues, like hey, like let's pretend you weren't dieting, all those things aside, if you came into like a TRT clinic and you were like, hey, like I feel like shit, I know I have a normal test level, but here's my free test.
they
And
might
like,
hook me up
wow.
with some TRT or something.
Yeah, you could literally probably get on TRT with like a low free, and that's they try to like.
So all you gotta do is just diet down for 12 weeks and get some TRT.
There's a lot of jokes.
Me or what?
I see a lot of jokes like that on TikTok. Like, hey, like, little does my doctor know, I just sleep deprived for 2 weeks. Just, like, showed up, got the low results.
Would you say though that like, say I was unnatural, would my free test be higher? Would my
yes,
total test
actually.
be higher then too?
Yeah, so with people who take exogenous hormones, generally the free test is very high because exogenous administration of testosterone crushes SHBG, which is sex hormone binding globulin. So Generally a low generally a low free testosterone level is not indicative of administering exogenous testosterone. So it's looking like Ryan's testosterone is pretty endogenous there. It looks like his balls are pumping out some tests. So
Yeah, we're pumping.
yeah, you're pumping out some 621 nanograms there.
All right, test levels, bud.
Yeah,
What are you
so
looking like?
my testosterone levels
Slightly unnatural, or
oh dude, super
Well, you
unnatural.
gotta check twice, right? You got
Yeah,
check there.
I
and
actually
then
I get my
before.
testosterone checked like every month, just like based off like just
now, why
like
might that be?
Huh?
Why might that be? Got to get your blood work done for.
yeah. I just like to know where my blood's at every month, so yeah, I just get it done.
Because
But,
that's what unnatural people get their blood checked a lot.
yeah, they like to be health conscious, man. So I do like to get my blood checked as often as possible, just because I don't know. I watch a lot of Derek stuff, and he's just very on that, like Leo, all those guys. So yeah.
Nice.
Where are we at here?
My testosterone came back at 360 nanograms per deciliter, which isn't entirely optimal, but it is within the reference range.
So-
Also,
360, and it's supposed to be somewhere between 260 to 900 or whatever, right?
yeah, 264 to 900. So 360 is not horrifically low. Like, I'm not really symptomatic in terms of low testosterone, but I honestly have noticed that at this number, just my overall like recovery and libido and everything, as opposed to like I would say high school, just isn't quite as optimal. Which I think part of this is because I've kind of perpetually dieted and I've never really let my body kind of like recover back.
Yeah, you
to,
didn't bulk like back up to 200 or something
No,
like that after your
yeah.
after your cut. So
I did a show last year and I got my test levels checked afterwards and I was like right at the upper twos, like 278, 280, something like that. And yeah, it's definitely like I've gotten like results over 400, but I mean 360.
I feel like you're definitely like kind of strict with stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
I track like to a
this,
T.
this kid won't want to go get all you can eat sushi or this or that because he's
Or
like
gains
he's afraid
or-
he's gonna gain too much weight right away. So it's like
Yeah.
he definitely is like pretty strict with his stuff. So like he won't let himself go over like a certain amount. So
Yeah, so one of my goals for this lean ball is to see like how high I can get that number up. Because generally my tests will come back like upper 300s, low 400s is like pretty usual for me.
So testosterone.
Oh, dude, Kyle's testosterone levels. Guys,
So we said before that the reference range was 264 to 916.
Yeah.
I came in at a whopping 726.
oh my.
guys got some
So-
tests flown around there.
Free test 22.
Why kid deadlift
Hey,
620?
that's,
which
that's
is
not
the
that
upper
much higher
range.
than my total test though right now.
Hey,
It's
but
really
It's
not.
not, it's not
Hey.
that much higher.
Hey.
Your free test is like 4 times as much.
Yeah.
So like just flowing through your body, you have so much more testosterone.
Dude,
like
Kyle,
I notice it too. Like
Kyle's,
the gym
Kyle's
stuff.
free test is
Oh,
literally
yeah.
so high that it's almost over the clinical reference range.
his free test.
Yeah.
What's the clinical reference range for
It's
it?
up to 26.5 and Kyle's is 22.3.
He's at like the very high end.
He's at
of the
high
reference
normal.
range.
Absolute high normal.
So you guys start utilizing some more tests, man. You have too much just flowing around.
Yeah.
It's probably because he trains like RP6, man.
Yeah. He's always got like readily available testosterone whenever he needs it.
He
I
gets
just
just
stay
like
in pocket with my training.
he's very in the pocket. Yeah. No, that's honestly very optimal though. That means he probably gets awesome sleep and all that. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I sleep like 9 to 10 hours.
yeah,
That's
there you
good,
go.
man.
Just like solid. Like I want to get one of those Whoop things, right?
Yeah, you should.
Oh yeah,
I wanna see, like,
You should. Even like the
Yeah.
Garmin kind of tells you like how you slept and stuff like that too. Like
Okay.
they have like graphs of like when you slept deeply. And
With
everything
how
like that,
lean
but-
Kyle is, it's very surprising that he has 726. But that's kind of where his body likes to be in terms of body.
Yeah, I
fat.
mean, it's not like he's struggling to stay at that weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just saying
like,
that, like,
you genuinely
150 is,
like
like,
being
perfect.
around that area.
yeah.
So like, maybe if you were like 130 or something like that, your body would be like rejecting it a little bit. But like,
Yeah, he's
you kind
not-
of found
Probably
like a
was
good
like all in
place.
high school. Like levels were probably lower.
And,
That was
and
when,
it's
like,
crazy.
one
He's
thirty.
probably,
Yeah,
he's probably like 10 pounds away from like what a stage weight would be for him, and he's still like
True.
max out test wise, which is awesome.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
body just likes genuinely being.
Well, I think we
lean.
know who the
Literally.
man of the house is.
Just lean
The
genetics.
man with the 700 testosterone.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I'm coming for you, man.
Whitest
I'm at
guy in the
600.
house has the most tests. The guy with like the least fucking overall tissue. Come on, what's going on here?
And then my vitamin D, 36.6, which is vitamin D deficient.
Yeah, you need to get that shit checked, bud.
Need some milk, man.
It's not deficient. The bottom's 30, but it's very, very
It's
close.
very close. You gotta drink some
yeah.
whole milk, bro.
Just take 5,000 IU's vitamin D
Whole
per
milk.
day. Get it.
How do you notice that, like, if you're low on vitamin D? Like, is there any, like,
Uh,
physical symptoms that you feel or experience?
I mean,
know?
it has a lot of like things that kind of happen. Like there's a lot of symptoms
Okay.
that result,
Have
but
to look
like
into it more.
generally in the winter when you kind of just like feel shittier, like
Yeah, like your skin kind of gets like all like pale and everything. You like look a
But
little
I hold the
sick.
tan
It's
very
like,
well.
yeah, but like in the winter, like if you compare like
melanin is not equal to vitamin D.
I always,
Yeah.
but I always show like Natalie like these pictures of me like freshman year in the winter when I was like all like stuffed full of food. I was pounding down food. It was cold outside. I didn't have the tan anymore. I kind
Yeah.
of felt a little bit sick all the time. Compared that to like summer when I was tan, I was like leaner and like just feeling better. Like you could definitely tell the difference, man.
Okay.
Honestly. I thought that was you. Anyways, so that is our test results from the blood work. So hopefully that clears some things up. We went through a lot of different things, so I'll probably chop this video down a little bit.
So as you can see, we're all unnatural. We all have super physiological levels of testosterone, as you saw, and yeah, that's the
we all
conclusion.
have extremely crazy high testosterone.
Yeah,
well,
over 1,000.
specifically this kid. The only one who could possibly be on something is probably this kid. Because my
I need like a more in-depth blood test next time, man.
yeah,
Nah,
my free test is in the dumpster. This kid's just walking around with testosterone just flowing through the system.
Right out of the pores.
Shitty free test, average free test, very high free test.
Hey, but
yeah.
the total test is still up, man. So we're like,
Yeah.
we're utilizing it. We're pushing it, man.
Keep telling yourself that. But
Yeah.
So anyway, we're 2 days out from this competition in Florida. These guys decided not to come down this time.
oh, yeah,
So we're literally 2
Thanks
days
for the
out
invite,
right
man.
now.
Yeah.
And I'm actually so excited. Like, this is going to be a fun competition. I think I'm leaner coming into this, and I think we are going to peak a little bit better for this and just, like, really fill out, get some more carbs. We've been carbing up this week so far, flying down to Florida tonight, so I'm excited for it. But, yeah, we'll have to go over, like, the results and everything of the competition after that's done. And next time I see these guys, I'll be able to eat and go out a little
yeah,
bit. And
big cheat
go.
meal coming.
Dude, I was talking to Jacob all last night. I was like, we got to go, like, you know, me being on a meal plan, not being on macros for so long, like, I really liked it. I liked the structure of it. I
Right.
think it worked really extremely well. And I wasn't, like, suffering too much because I had an ample amount of, like, volume in my food and stuff. I was still eating a good amount of food,
Yeah.
good amount of calories. But,
Probably eating more volume and during your bulk.
yeah, especially at first. It was actually hard to eat everything at first. But I was saying, I do crave, like, the variation. Like, just going to, like, Chipotle or going to, like, BB Bop or...
Yeah.
Going and getting like
The
random little
Japanese place
things
or whatever.
yeah,
Samurai.
dude, yeah, just random like little places like you start to miss. It's not even the fact that like, oh, I want to go eat unlimited wings and like all this stuff. What is this kid?
He's like hitting those lips.
Always the lips. He's
Dude,
throwing,
he's
throwing
like
it out
this,
there,
like-
man.
Oh, like, wait, I'm trying to get it right.
He's just throwing them out there.
Keep
But
going.
anyways,
Wasn't this kid ranting about food, man? He's so ready for food to be over.
no, man,
Chipotle,
I'm
BB
excited
Bop.
for the competition. But afterwards, we can enjoy a little bit. Maybe have a couple drinks that I haven't had. Like I haven't drank
I
alcohol.
want to see this kid get.
I haven't drank alcohol in,
couple drinks
in
for sure.
3-4 months, honestly.
Just
So
have 5 double wells, man.
that would mess me up right now, man. That would mess me up.
Yeah, I would.
But excited for some variation and go to Chipotle and get pancakes
Yeah,
instead of
And I'm
French toast
bulking now
every day.
too, so we can.
And he's bulking. I'll probably get into some sort of lean bulk or whatever. Everyone always says lean bulk and then they blow up. Like after
Yeah,
competition.
no
You know
one
what I
had-
mean?
yeah.
Everyone's always like, oh, we're gonna lean bulk, and then they blow up like friggin' 30 pounds in a couple days. Not gonna let that happen. We're not gonna let that happen. So we're gonna be responsible about it. But competition in 2 days. Let's get it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been our blood work tests and our analysis by Dr. Shalvey himself.
Dr. Shelf.
And yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this with the 3 roommates minus Johan, Johan, please,
Johan, this is
please
your
come
room.
home. Where you're using your room, Johan, please come home. If you guys want to see more videos like this, we can break down some different topics and stuff. But yeah, let us know. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.